I'm not talking to you.
All right. So tonight's topic.
Yay.
Is it a surprise?
No,
Uh,
Can
maybe
the topic be surprises?
surprises. Grooming surprises.
surprise.
Because my theme says
Surprise!
something totally different, but a surprise, yeah, I love it.
Surprise! Yep, grooming surprises.
Uh-huh,
So, what
uh-huh.
surprises have you had, Michelle?
I just passed my course that I was taking. It took me a year and a half, and I am now a clinical herbalist that I
Yay!
can now add to my resume
Ooh.
and
It's,
to my patients, if you will.
oh,
And I can also do humans. I
That
oh,
can
is
someone
do
else is very
humans.
excited for you as
The
well.
rain has gone.
Oh,
Yes, yes. So that's really exciting. That's something that I've always wanted to pursue, and it's taken me forever, and it was really hard, and but I did it. Um, it was lengthy, and what I love about it is I think it is the only school or course that is taught by an actual veterinarian of 30 years who has practiced herbology and naturopath for dogs and humans. So I've got some really cool experiences and theory that is no longer theory. He totally laid it out and it's like this is what herbs can do, and they're fantastic. And I'm giving actually an introduction to topical herbal remedies at Dallas, and that's
okay.
coming up here this weekend. So I'm really excited to share my knowledge and add it to my portfolio and to my ability to serve my clients. I think that's going to be really fun.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Surprise!
I am. I'm super pleased.
Hi, Charlotte.
And so the topic listed as the topic is not the topic.
No.
No.
Phew.
So it's, but I can't
Change
change
it.
it. So
Mhm.
we're rolling with it.
Because it's a surprise.
Surprise!
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise. And I learned that if I raise the roof, that
Uh,
is a trigger to my poodle who was like, oh, I
uh,
want to do all of the
Yeah.
jumping.
yeah,
Yeah, Raisy,
yeah.
yes, he takes that uh, roof raising very seriously.
Mhm.
So Charlotte would like to know, Michelle, did you plan on doing shampoos for pets as well?
In what way?
I
As a
don't.
class or as a product or what do you mean? In what capacity?
I'm not sure.
Mm, 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 mm. And we wait.
Johnny, Johnny, Johnny.
You have a
Well, thank you.
class currently.
Yes.
Tell us about your class, Michelle.
Okay. Another class that I'm doing at the Pet Pro Classic is it's called How to Formulate Shampoo, but what it really is, it is to familiarize you with the pieces of how they make shampoo and conditioner and why they make them the way they do, and how to use raw material and ingredients to enhance what you're doing on a budget. And it's still just as good or better than commercial preparations. But my main focus is to help people understand why the shampoos do what they do, why there's so many, and how to discern what it is that you're looking for. I am a huge advocate of saying that all shampoos are good, but they're for different reasons. I'm not knocking on any manufacturer or any shampoo product or clay or whatever it is that you have out there. All of them are more than likely really good in the right categories, used in the right way, according to the order of operations. And they're great. But learning what is in a shampoo and why your favorite shampoo, do you know why it's your favorite? Do you know why the ingredients work so well for you? Can you turn any product around and look at the ingredient deck and say, okay, I know why this is working, but this is not what I need. I'm going to move on and go to the next one. Or you could be all crazy like me and be a mad scientist and use all raw materials as much as possible to enhance a base shampoo, which is what I do normally for me. And it says, making them as well as a class. I have an herbalist that makes my tea, but she also does some doggy shampoo for me as well. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I plan on expanding my offerings, if you will, on the website and also classes to teach how to use herbs to the best of their ability because they are so versatile. And even just a handful can do so many things. And I'm just talking externally, just topically, not even worrying about putting them in their food and everything else. Just topically, you would be amazed at all the million things that you can do with herbs, which I think is amazing. It's super amazing.
Weird
I
fact for you.
am so impressed. But go ahead. What's our weird fact?
My grand was an herbalist, and as a child, I never had um, pharmaceutical antibiotics. Not once, not ever.
Mhm,
Um, she would take cheesecloth
mhm,
and stuff it with all sorts of herbs, and then say open, and you go, uh, and she'd stuff it in your face. Leave that there. Hmm, hmm. So you'd have this thing
mhm, mhm,
in your cheek,
mhm.
and she would just replace it. I don't know the time frame. She did. Okay, spit that out, and then she'd stick another one in there, and that was that.
Mhm. That's old timey medicine. But interestingly, though, since the plants are the medicine, you can deliver them in so many different ways. That was unnecessary. She could have just gave you a shot that tasted bad for 2 seconds, and you go on your merry way. Like there's so many ways you can do it, and because
Yeah,
pets are so absorbent, you could absolutely treat them through the skin. Humans are a lot more complex to do that for inner things herbally, but you can also do teas, you can do compresses, poultices, um, all kind. The tinctures are the most powerful for me, and they're easily given to humans simply because it's just a shot. You measure it out; it's just a shot.
Mm-hmm.
The herb is in you. A lot of them that do good don't taste so good.
yeah. Oh no, it tasted terrible.
Yeah.
Um, like the time that I had to have them, I had a okay. We'd gone to the circus and we saw the tightrope.
Mhm.
So I was in the garden and the the gardening metal gardening rakes. So I was doing the tightrope on the metal gardening rake and I tripped and it went into my leg and out
Nice.
the other side.
Mhm.
So it broke the bone and you know, dirty
Mhm.
gardening metal
Why
rake.
does that not surprise me with you?
Yeah. So yeah. Um so they cast the leg and everything.
Mm,
But I had and they had given me the regular antibiotics
mhm,
and I had taken a round of those, but they
mhm,
didn't work.
mhm.
And she was like, "That's it, not doing that," because they're like, "Oh, well, we'll just give her, these
Let's take
antibiotics
it
for a
now. Yeah.
month." And
Mhm,
she's like, "Do you know what you're going to do to her body with this?"
mhm. Just trash it, yeah.
Yeah, and she's like, "No." So that's how I ended up with the big
Yeah.
cheek poultice, and it worked a charm. Tasted,
Mhm, it does, and there's just a million ways you can do it. It's
yeah,
so I don't believe that we as a species have allowed the oppression of herbal medicine. I think it's coming back, and it's
mm,
working very nicely with modern medicine because there's nothing like a modern diagnosis. I love that.
yeah,
You have to know what's going on in order to do, herbs right, in my opinion.
yeah,
Um, and if there's trauma, get somebody to fix your trauma. Set the bone, do the
yeah,
things, but supplement that with herbals because you could absolutely teach the body how to mend itself. You
yeah,
support it in bringing out your own body's superpower.
yeah, yeah. Charlotte says I need to be wrapped in bubble wrap.
You
She's
do.
not wrong.
She's not wrong.
She's
She's
not
not
wrong.
wrong. But I don't know what size bubble wrap would keep you safe. You'd find a way.
I could look like the Michelin man, just
I
And still, I would find a way.
Like the Christmas Story.
Yeah, of having something just kind of, oh, whoops, that was a limb. I
Hmm.
think I need that.
Yeah. That was a limb as you're going down the road. Yeah. Oh
Can't
my
hear you,
God.
Chris. No volume on your nothing.
Nope, you're unmuted.
You heard me before, though, right?
We could
I
hear
heard
you
you. We heard you
a teeny
before,
tiny
but
bit.
now you have like, yeah. Amy says, "Stay puffy, marshmallow man."
Is it
Um,
better?
no, not better.
Yeah.
I want one of those balloons that those
No,
big
because yours
balloons.
would pop and then you'd break your back on a tree
No,
like
no.
Sonny Bono. It would be
Because
bad.
what would happen is, can you hear me at all?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, we can hear you now.
No. Because what it is exactly what I was thinking of. Because she'd get in one of those because she'd like, this bubble wrap doesn't work. I'll get into one of these balloon things, and she just roll down a hill and into a highway or a lake
Yeah.
or alligators. You're
But
in.
Mhm.
float.
Alligators.
You'd no,
But
no.
they float, and I could probably take.
Not if an alligator munches it, they don't float.
Well,
Mm-mm.
no, but I could probably, if I got hit by another truck, I would probably bounce.
No.
No, no.
No.
See,
Just no.
why this is a
Just
dangerous idea.
yeah. Just no.
Putting her in this is more dangerous than not wrapping her in bubble
Yeah.
wrap.
And that would be
No.
a no. That would be a nar. No.
You're not allowed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Dollar Tree cords is what it is. I think the cords are going and need to be replaced because
Yeah.
they're fine and I don't do anything and you can hear me great. And then all of a sudden I'm gone. So yeah, it's a cord.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah. Well. And then there's that. Surprise.
I mean, if it were like NASA grade, where it would be guaranteed not to.
It would have to go through NASA testing before I'd allow it. I'm telling you right now.
Oh no,
Okay.
most incident accidents occur in the home. So no.
So I got the one of the walls up to create my pantry, and I was very excited. I was very, very excited, and so I needed 4-inch screws to secure the top of the wall, and of course it was a Sunday, and the hardware store was closed at that time. So okay, so I had to wait till the next day. I got the 4-inch screws, and I couldn't wait. I had to have them in now. Well, the problem is I have 2 torn rotator cuffs, so this is it for the arms. Well, the wall is, of course, where all walls are, which is up really high. And I couldn't fit the ladder in there to get up to where I needed to go. So I put a stool on top of another stool.
Why? I don't
Angie,
I don't want you to
Angie,
finish the story. I don't like
no.
it. I don't
No,
like it already.
but it was fine. It was
Here's your
fine.
card.
Hmm.
Here's your card. You're a smart individual. You two ladies are among the smartest people I know, both in street smarts and brains. But this is proof that
She
every
wants
so
it to
often-
happen. She wants it. She craves it. There wasn't
Every
a
so
scrape on her
often.
body that was new enough that she needed another one.
So, no, and it was fine. Nothing happened.
It's
Yeah.
fine.
and I've seen a train and plenty of people hear the ding 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 and beat the train across the tracks and it's fine. Does that mean it's a good idea?
No.
Well, if you put it in that context, no.
Okay,
Okay.
here's the context. Here's the context I'm going to put it in, Angie. Here we go. I think taking a nap on a public beach in Chicago is fine because nothing happened to me.
Ugh.
I was totally safe and fine. right?
Mm.
So that's fine, right, Angie? And I'll
Oh,
stop getting
God.
shit about that. Because
Mm.
it was fine.
No, I'm never going to stop giving you shit about that. That was
And
just
I'm
the
never going
craziest
to
thing.
stop giving you shit about putting a step stool on top of another step stool. Ashley, she put a step stool on top of another step stool.
Yeah, but it worked.
Yeah, but I
Did you
was
get your
fine.
wall up? That's all I want to
I
know.
did. I got it
Let's skip the part where
secured,
you almost kill yourself one more time.
and I got it secured, and it was great. It's up. It's like nice.
And
All
I had one of the best naps of my life, and I was fine.
She's not going to let it go.
I'm also not going to let
but
this
that
go.
this is
This
fair because it has been like a good 3 years. I've been giving her crap
There.
about
That's
sleeping
fair.
oh,
on
it's
the beach
longer
and
than
stuff.
3 years. It's
Oh,
it does it
is it
just
longer
doesn't
than
come up every day. It comes up once or twice a year for the
Yeah.
past
Angie, do you
5 or
have
6
any
years.
ouch in your house?
Any ouch?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Oh no, it's in my bathroom cupboard.
All right. That's all I wanted to
I
hear.
have I have like half of it left.
She's, I don't know, hurting herself.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. That's why I named it ouch. I thought of Angie.
Oh,
Just ouch.
Well, and the funny thing is that half the time I do something, that's exactly what I say. Ouch! And then
Yeah.
I just keep right on rolling with whatever.
Yeah.
Because
I
yeah,
know. I understand.
yeah,
ha ha
yeah,
ha ha.
Surprise.
yeah. So
Angie
yeah,
needs a life alert. She's not even of that age, but she needs a life alert. I'm
it's
falling and I can't get up. The button.
that's been proposed on more than one occasion, actually.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, shoot.
yeah. And the crazy thing is that I use power tools all the time.
Hmm. I'm sure you do.
I have a full complement. Um, and the crazier thing is every time I start one of them up, I think, ooh,
This is the day.
this could go bad. This
Mhm.
could go bad, but I'm gonna I'm gonna hope it goes okay. And so far, it's been good.
Mhm.
Been good. So
Well, good. I'm glad. And I can't wait to see your shelf. I think that's going to, or your wall. That's going to be
I'm
amazing.
I'm also very excited. Yeah.
yeah, so I am excited about that. But oh, so back to the surprises, grooming
Surprise.
surprises. Because we've all had grooming surprises. You know, we
Mm.
have somebody that books for lab. Um, yes, if I have my watch on, I can call someone. So, um,
Life
just
alert.
go, hey, mm, I just made a smidge of an
to,
error.
to be fair, my mother says she does not need life alert because she has her Apple Watch.
I need
Oh,
life alert
that's
all the
fair.
time. Hi,
That's
Mindy.
that's fair. Hi, Mindy. Um, yeah, I get it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So, oh, so grooming surprises. How many
Surprise.
times have you guys had somebody book for a lab mix and in walks like this sheepadoodly, burnadoodly giant?
Because a Labradoodle is technically a lab mix.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Okay,
mm-hmm.
yeah,
That doesn't mean it was booked correctly.
right. Um, yeah. So, and the owner was surprised when they said, "Oh, that'll be," I think it was $60 at the time. That'll be $60 for the groom, right? No,
No.
dog's first groom. It's a year old.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
Oh no.
Surprise.
And she wanted a haircut, which she didn't say when she booked the appointment.
They never do.
And she said, "Well, the girl I talked to
Which was you.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, I'm the girl you talk to. Um, well, and I said, is long hair, short hair? Oh no, just regular lab, whatever that is. This
Regular,
toad
the
is like
regular.
8 inches long.
Mm.
I don't know what kind of labs you've seen. They don't look like this.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not. Sure. Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, she wanted $60 worth of haircut, and I was like, yeah, no.
Hey, Jesse.
Hi. Yeah, no, no, that's not a thing. That's not no.
I would have done 1/4 of the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That's
A
So
good.
leg. Here's one leg.
Hey, the lady.
yeah, and so I mean, it was matted, but I could get under. I think I ended up doing a 4 on it. But it was, I think it was 175, and I told her that, and I had her fill out the form, and then she's like, "You were serious?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
I put the price on the
Yeah.
line. Had you signed the thing that says,
Yeah.
I understand this is going to be between 150 and 225,
Mm-hmm.
and you signed on the thing?" And
Mm-hmm.
yes, I was serious. It wasn't going to be $60.
Or you get the surprises where you go and do the toenails and there's only 2 toes. And then there's another time where you get a cute little patootie, little sweet little Shih Tzu that's a miniature Chihuahua Shih Tzu. And then you go to do her face and she doesn't have a jaw. I know.
But now what?
But
What
the
the fuck?
sweetest, but the sweetest little angel, little potato. I didn't even ask. Her mama loved her and she loved her mama and she was just sweet. And then we just left it at that.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Surprise!
Surprise. Oh, all right. I don't know if this is like a breed thing, but Japanese chins.
Mm.
So I had these brothers, Japanese chins, and their toes were all connected.
Fused, yeah.
It was like on every foot.
I
Mm.
bet he was a great swimmer.
You quit it.
Not
But
so-
I had never seen anything like every single digit was
Mm.
fused to the next.
Mm.
And that's the only time in my whole career
Wow.
I had seen that. And then the next Japanese chin that came in, unrelated to these two, because they had just moved from California. And she said, "Oh, he needs a sanitary. He's getting poops on his. So if you could just," and I'm like, "Oh, yeah, absolutely." So I lifted the tail and there's no anus.
What?
And I'm like, it was above the hip bone. Dude, his anus was above the
Oh, no,
bone. It was like, okay, tail is here,
no.
bone is here, anus over here.
Yeah.
How does that happen? How do you even have?
I've heard of that. That makes all the East-West feet, poor conformation dogs, look like AKC quality right there.
How is that a thing?
Was it a paper dog? Tell me.
Trying to picture
Tell
it.
me.
That was Japanese chin with
Did
his
you figure
pooper.
it out? Yeah.
It took me. I had to have Angie help me find. I'm like, Ash, help! I need to find this dog's anus. She's like, what? Come here. And
Yeah, we
she's
shaved
like,
down back in the day. We shaved down in Great Pyrenees, and there was a whole spider colony living in the coat. It was
oh,
fantastic. Fantastic.
Nope. 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 All the nope.
And then,
So
of
much
course, you
nope.
get the maggots, and then
I
the
had
whatevers. It's
Okay.
on and
Yeah.
on.
I
Yeah.
had
How
the
does it
surprise
out? Is
nuggets.
that?
I do I still have the scar? I think the scar has finally faded from that pupper. I can maybe see a teeniest bit. But yeah, I'm thinking, wow, all of my surprise stories are tame
You
compared
never
to.
had an anus above a hip
I've
bone?
never had
I've
like
never had an anus above a hip bone. I've never had.
above a hip bone. I mean, the worst surprise I had was oh, here's my cat for a bath. She's really stinky. And thank God I did a thorough check-in because her dew claw was grown all the way in here. Her paw was this big, and she stunk of infection. I
Hmm.
mean, and I went, this cat is, and I said, this is why she stinks. She needs to go to a vet yesterday.
Hmm.
Here you go.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Bye.
Hmm.
It's that way.
Hmm.
Yeah. I'm not touching this thing. So get out. You're unlocked.
Yeah. Oh, your new fear is only beginning to be unlocked now that you're doing country dogs.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
cow.
I had early in my grooming career, had a chow come in, and it was on a farm dog, and it had fly dot, and it was matted. So I'm shaving away and shaving away and shaving away, and got the smell,
Mhm.
and so I'm zooming over the ticks, you know,
Mhm.
and I don't even know how they can be there because how did they get to the skin when you can't get to the skin? But anyway, so I peel it all down and I get to the bum and the maggots just start pouring out the tush.
Mhm.
And the bather at the time, poor girl, she literally just went, "What?" And she went face forward, missed the grooming table by that much,
Mhm.
out
I've had
cold.
them just turn around and walk out the back door, like, mm-mm.
I think she would have if she was still conscious,
Right?
but she was
Yeah.
just like, yeah, wham, and it's just like, oh, so what do you grab?
Mhm.
Help, help,
Already on the floor.
help, because the groom's still coming, and it's help, help. Yeah. So I just kind of like dragged her out of the way, and I'm like, keeping the dog on the table and
Holy cow!
help.
Because
Yeah.
by that time, there's nowhere to send it. You gotta see it through. You gotta do
Yeah.
the thing.
So, well, thankfully, the vet was actually right around the corner.
Oh, good, good.
So we called the vet and we're just like, hey,
Um. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
if I walk this over there across the railroad tracks, can you
Do something.
rooter this?
Right.
He was like, yeah.
I remember telling a male bather who was brand new, really was into it, wanted to become a groomer and the whole 9 yards, and he started bathing and blah blah. And he literally wasn't getting the undercarriage clean, and he didn't realize that I needed him to scrub the genitalia as well.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I remember turning to him and saying, "You know what? I really apologize. In this profession, you touch an inordinate amount of genitalia with your bare hands. You just I said I'm sorry." He was just like, "Oh," he just wasn't watching. I'm like, that needs cleaned as well, especially. Surprise.
Well, what's that T-shirt? I saw somebody had a T-shirt. It was a groomer, and it says, "I touch more testicles than a prostitute," or something.
Yes.
It was something I can't remember the
Yeah.
exact phrasing, but that was the
Yeah.
general.
And it could be more true.
Right? Well, I mean, okay, so you're brushing
Oh,
the back
honey.
end. You have to,
Yeah, so many. So
you
many.
gotta move those to the side because it's
Oh, that's hilarious.
protect them from the
Yeah.
goats.
Yeah.
And
You have to cuff them gently.
your mic cut out again.
My mic cut out in horror. In
In
My,
horror.
horror.
your mic cut out the horror. Well, I mean,
Do we have
yeah,
a surprise weird animal fact?
I do. Well, it's not. It's piggies.
Oh, okay.
Piggies are the animal of the day.
Oh, and
Okay.
before you start,
Um.
yeah,
Oh, wait a minute. She has to whisper something.
I,
Okay.
I don't know why I didn't send this to you, but it was a video of a
Surprise! It's charades.
Yes, it is. This is the surprise. Surprise! It's charades. You have to guess what Chris is saying.
And you win a prize, and it'll be a surprise. Oh gosh.
All right. Well, I'm going to load this,
Okay.
and maybe by the
Angie's Weekly Weird Fact.
Okay. So pigs communicate with different grunts, and they have amazing memories. Now they've actually tested it, and pigs can remember people that and events that people they met as piglets
Oh wow.
years later. So you can have like a 5, 6 year old pig and say they were born at Farmer Bob's house. And Farmer Bob happens to come on by and they have not seen Farmer Bob since they were piglets. And
Mhm.
they'll be like, hey, Farmer Bob.
Oh, that's wild.
So they can remember that inordinate amount of distance between the memory and they're quite clean. Okay. If I hear people say pigs are dirty,
Mhm.
that is a huge fat lie
Yeah.
because
Because
they
we
don't
keep them that
potty
way.
where they wallow or sleep.
Hmm.
They potty over there. They wallow and sleep over there. They don't
Mhm.
wallow in potty
Mhm.
unless they have no choice and you have them
Right.
in an unreasonably small area. They do not potty where they will wallow or sleep. And oh, this is the coolest thing. Newborn piglets learn to run to their mother's sounds, and a mother pig can communicate with them through grunts while they're sucking and suckling. And so scientists have found that piglets have a certain teat order, and
That
every
is a
pig
wacky
has
fact.
their own. It's like, this is my boob. That's mine. That's yours. Get off my. You're in the wrong spot. They know where they belong.
Wow.
And so you will have piglets that will flourish simply because that the milk is flowing better in that particular teat than say on this one. So, but here's the thing is that the piglets won't switch. So you have this one little runty piglet that's not getting enough milk. They won't know that's this pig's and
Mhm. Too
you're
bad, so sad.
yeah,
To be
too
fair,
bad, so sad. That's nature. It sucks. Oh well. Um,
we really do all have favorite boobs.
That's fair.
yeah, it's not wrong. Yeah, 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 yeah. So pigs can develop more wild-like characteristics when okay. So if you have a domestic pig and you say, "Okay, fly, be free, piggy," and they just take off.
Mhm.
They don't actually become wild boars, but it's kind of close. So they're still a domestic pig, but they become way hairier and they do develop a very long tusk simply because they're not being cut.
Mhm.
You know, when you have a domestic pig,
Mhm.
you have those cut.
File them and clean them out and their
Right.
eyes and all
Yeah.
the goo.
So, but they do get way hairier and increase muscle mass simply because they're they're moving for greater lengths, to forage food and this sort of thing. And the fur is the protection from the elements where, in a
Mhm.
house or a barn setting, they
And
have,
that's within their same lifetime. It's
yeah,
not like they have a piglet and then it becomes that later. Within
no,
their lifetime, they become a more wild version of themselves for
yes,
survival.
yes, yeah, it's
Very cool.
amazing. Like they just go all like primal activated.
Wolverine
Uh,
pigs.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
so that's already present in their DNA, and it just like the button is pushed, and they're like, "Oh, wild mode, click,"
Right.
and the fur pops, and the muscle building just
Mhm.
pops out. Whereas
Interesting.
a pet pig is kind of like, "It's got the chubbies, get your chubby chubbies."
So they lean out as well.
Yeah, yeah. So they lean up and they get like muscle, muscle.
Hmm.
A pig's olfactory sense is about 2,000 times more sensitive than a human's for certain smells,
Hmm.
and they have 1,110 olfactory receptors, which is way more than we have. Like, who
Well,
even?
that's so they can find truffles.
Yes,
I
yes,
was
that is
just thinking
why.
that.
Uh-huh.
That is why. So those
Angie's
elements
Weekly Weird
are
Fact.
so super sensitive that they can find truffles, they can um, smell when food is coming, when their favorite person is coming. So you drive up in your car, okay, and you have your windows down, and your piggy is there, and the pig goes, "Mom's home," before she even sees you because she smelled you.
Hmm.
And by the way, did you know Chris's useless bit of trivia attached to this? There's a 2021 movie called Pig, which is basically a version of Taken, but with a dude's truffle pig. And Nicolas Cage is all like, "Who's got my pig?" Yeah,
That sounds crazy.
it's on my list of movies to watch. It's Nicolas Cage, like all mountain manny,
Oh yeah, we'll have
and
to watch that. We'll have to watch
oh
it.
yeah, all like wilding out because
And
somebody.
nobody better hurt that pig.
I am afraid.
Oh
I'm afraid
Yeah.
that there will be John Wick levels of violence if that
yeah.
pig gets hurt.
Oh yeah.
Well, there should be. I
There
mean,
should
I
be.
understand John Wick. They killed his dog. So
They
Mhm.
killed his dog.
Def said.
I understand.
No, no, no. It's not just that they killed. Like, have you seen the movie?
Yeah.
I
Oh,
own
you
John Wick.
okay?
That's actually
So
one
yeah,
of
it's
my Angie approved movies.
in the end with the pit bull.
Yeah.
And although, by the way, when all the other movies came out, all anyone wanted to know was, is the dog okay? So they
Yeah.
could watch it or not. But yeah, it was a whole thing. And yeah,
Yeah. I own the entire series.
cool, cool, cool.
So as long as the dog lives, I'm fine.
Hmm.
I'm
There is
good.
a website that you can check that.
Oh.
I think
Okay.
it's literally called "Does the
Does
Dog
the
Die?"
dog live? Or
Yeah,
does
does
the
the
dog
dog live or does the dog? Yeah, something to that effect.
something to
All
that
right,
effect? Okay.
that was
Now I have
my
to look that up while we're talking about talk amongst yourselves.
useless trivia. But
Yeah.
yes, I
Because I okay, I watched Marley and Me.
no, not
When
gonna
it
do it.
came out,
No, nope.
there was
It's
not.
literally doesthedogdie.com.
Yes, does the dog die? Die? Yes,
All right, I will have to investigate that and check every movie because I
because you need
I
to
am
be
not okay with it
emotionally
if the dog dies.
prepared. You need to be emotionally prepared
Right.
Yes.
for whether or not the dog dies.
Correct.
I'm just not going to watch it if the answer is yes.
Because I
I'm
get too
gonna go find
devastated.
out. Yeah.
I read an article on the treatment of orangutans in Borneo, and I could not speak for 3 days. I sobbed for 3 days straight. Like I can't, my heart can't take it.
Yeah.
Oh, Bridge to Terabithia, which is dealing with really emotional topics and suicide. And I watched it again as an adult because I read it as a child, and I was fine. And I was fine up until the part with spoilers, minor spoilers. So you're prepared. The dog lives, but the father of the girl was going to give the dog to the girl's best friend, and he just couldn't. He's like, I'm sorry, I just can't. This was the last thing of my daughter's.
Yeah.
Dehydrated. Poof, that's it.
Dehydrated.
Dehydrated.
Oceans of tears.
That's fair. That's fair.
So yes, that's prep. Good
Reasonable.
movie. Watch it. Prepare when you need to have a good cry. Have the tissues like right there. Have the beverages. Rehydrate. Not caffeine, not alcohol. You'll cry more. It dehydrates you. Water.
With electrolyte.
Yeah.
Well,
Gatorade.
If you notice, the first ingredient
Tears.
is water.
Is water.
Water.
That's fair.
First ingredient, water.
Ah.
And while we are not sponsored by Dr. Pepper,
Angie is basically sponsored. Angie, you should get a Dr. Pepper sponsorship.
I wish you would.
I would love
Still
that.
waiting for him to call.
I am. I'm available. I'd be happy.
I thought of you this past
accept your
weekend.
Sponsorship.
I thought of you this past weekend because I had a Dr. Pibb, a Mr. Pibbs.
Ah,
And I was like, ooh, I'm in Pibbs country. I have to have one. But
no,
clearly,
you really don't.
oh, no. See,
I know.
it's a Halloween movie. No.
Thanks, Michelle. Now I won't sleep tonight.
How did he even? Like, how was that?
Mm.
Wouldn't he get effed up? Like, I don't even.
I don't
It's
know.
in, wait. It's in the script. It's okay. Nobody dies. It's fine. It's in the script.
Mm.
It's written like that.
Strong disapproval.
I agree. I agree.
There should be somebody should to lighten the mood before we go, before we wrap it up. Somebody should put a compilation of all the clips in movies and TV shows where the dog is supposed to look scary because they're a big scary breed, but because we know dog body language, it's not scary at
They're just
all.
like playing and stuff.
like in Game of Thrones, there was this part where somebody was about to get eaten by a mastiff, and they pan to the dog, and it's supposed to, and the dog's like, whoop, and I just went, oh, what a good yours.
Yes.
It's like a slathering.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be this terrifying dog, and I just want to go with your boopy because it's
Yeah.
not.
If you know,
Yeah.
I know exactly the scene you're talking about.
Yeah.
And if you know mastiffs and you know their body language and whatnot, all that frothy, foamy, goopy, and they're just like,
Oh, hi.
And on another note of goodness and deliciousness, surprise! How to Train Your Dragon's coming out on 13th.
You
The
know,
live version.
okay,
I have not seen any of those movies.
dude.
I know.
I won't be able to sleep tonight. I'm for class. I can't believe I just heard that in my ear.
I endangered your ears.
I
What
am triggered.
I will.
You have to make the effort.
Okay. There are certain things that, like my brain is basically like a hallway with little closets, and all the little closets have little shelves, and all the little shelves have little boxes with labels on them, because of course they do. There's no box to put that.
There's no box. She's going to
In
have to
that
go to
long
the box
hallway.
making store and have a box made to put that in because she don't have one.
like in the long hallway of like weird crap that's in Angie's head, like, um, things about otters and
Mhm.
northern mockingbirds and the
Mm.
fact that piggies have their own little teat all to themselves
Favorite.
and that's their teat and all of this lives in my brain. I
There's
don't
no
have a
spot
spot
for
to
that.
put. I have not watched How to Train a Dragon. I don't know. There's no box for that.
You know those big, huge dinosaur puppets that people get in and they
Yeah.
look life size? Well, me and my friend Cassie went to one of these, and because dinosaur, right? Dinosaur. So we went, and I got special VIP tickets. So we got the little thing, and we got to get up close and meet and greet with them and stuff. Literally, we were these big grown ladies in a sea of 3 and 4 and 5 year olds, and I literally would kick a 5 year old in the forehead to be in the front row. Like I'm sorry. This is just how the
You're not,
world is.
though.
You know what?
You're not
Don't be
sorry at
sorry
all.
because you clearly appreciate it more than that goddamn 5-year-old.
Oh, they weren't even paying attention. We were in the front row, and people on either side of us kept saying, "Oh, do you have children? Are you here with your grandchildren or what?" Because I had hair. I have the picture of me holding a baby dinosaur. It was, oh my god, dinosaurs. So yeah, no, we don't understand why you haven't seen these movies. We don't know why. No, you have
I
no
don't
excuse.
even know. I will put them on the list and endeavor to do that before the
At
end of
the
the
top
year.
of the list, like tonight's viewing pleasure. I
Okay,
don't understand what's going
see,
on.
tonight we have our Korean drama queued up. We have our plan for tonight, and it goes with the meal. We have a meal.
Understandable, because I myself
We're
got caught in Melody of Golden Age, and it is the best sea drama I have ever seen in my entire life. It was the best. I've
yeah.
seen it now 3 or 4 times.
Okay, as somebody that doesn't actually watch TV very often and
Uh-huh.
hasn't seen most movies,
Mhm.
I don't. I don't have a context for this either.
Okay,
There's no box.
here. Let me give you a box for this.
Mm.
Maybe this will help. I do enjoy TV and TV series and movies. So my list of things I need to watch is too big for the time I have allotted to watch them. So there's a lot of things that fall into the, oh, I really need to watch that.
Mm.
Yeah, but this needs to be at the top.
It really does. It
All
really
right.
does.
All right, wait. Bear with me. What if I were to say there is a Korean drama, and I've only watched the first episode because it is so bad, it is phenomenal, about a vet who gets kicked by a cow during a meteor shower and becomes psychic only when she touches the dog's butt. It's called, or people's butt. It's called Touch from Behind. Right? So she gets visions of what's going on with the animal so she can diagnose and everything properly.
Okay, that sounds like something that would happen to me.
Mhm. It's something that did happen to you. Are you
Wait,
kidding me?
cow, not horse. Did I say horse? No, hit by a cow during a
You said
meteor
cow.
shower
You said cow.
and gets these special powers. And it's all like, and like she's trying to test it out. And the cop that lives across the street arrests her for being a perv because he sees her trying to like grope
From
somebody and
behind,
have
actually.
drugs from behind.
See, I was actually
I gotta
suggesting
be
a
sure.
legitimate C drama that's a historical dress drama that is amazing, and it's a love story of all ages. So then you always come off with that somebody's touching somebody's behind. I understand. I don't understand this.
Oh no, sorry. It's called Behind Your Touch. I got it wrong. It's
Behind your touch.
It's
Okay.
called Behind Your Touch. Yeah. A psychic veterinarian and a detective join forces to crack small town cases, but their skills are tested as they unravel a mystery involving a serial killer.
I'm going to suggest Melody of Golden Age
It
with
sounds like
Dean
something I
Yuxi.
would watch.
Okay. Okay. Just soak it in. Soak
Okay.
it in.
Oh, oh.
But
Oh,
no.
I'm just
It
gonna
is
say, go read a
passions
book. Just go read a book.
wacky.
Go read any book. I don't care.
How about How to Train Your Dragon?
Oh,
Sure. Sure.
do they have that on Audible?
Why?
Oh,
Oh.
credits? Wait, was the movie based on the book?
Watch the movie.
Just
Oh,
watch,
I'll just watch the
watch the
movie.
movie.
Just watch
For
the
the love
movie.
of Pete.
And just watch the movie.
Just watch the movie. Very cute movie.
Mm-hmm.
There's dragons. Smooching
Behind Your Touch.
dragons.
It's nice horse with wings.
Mm.
In Norway.
That's true. It hits so many things I love. I'm a little shocked I haven't seen it either.
Yeah, I mean, there's Vikings and
Oh, it's so good.
Dragon.
It's
dragons.
just
That's
good.
like legit all you have to say.
Yes.
And the dragon's name is Toothless, and he's
And he's cute.
cute. You just want to smooch his face.
And I know who Toothless is because I'm not like living in a cave.
And yet.
And yeah, she's never. So,
All right, my ladies. I got to get out of here.
oh yeah, I need
It
to
is
go
time
like
to go.
eat food.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't eaten, and I also have not really eaten food. So
You should go eat food. And I guess watch your K-drama instead of
Yeah,
How to Train Your Dragon.
About
Right?
I'm not going to watch that one. I'm going to watch one about.
so she goes on and on about this movie, and then she's
I know, but I got to finish Vincenzo. I know. I only have so much subtitles in me. I gotta go.
Melody of Golden Age.
Okay.
Dean Yuxi. Ashley, I ate. I'm fine. Fine.
You can keep talking. I already had my supper, so all right. Good night, y'all.
Night, everybody.